All right, so welcome to the world of solo mining with Bitaxe. Bitaxe 401 SUPRA it's a very interesting little machine. It's fairly inexpensive and it's super quiet and it uses hardly any electricity. Bitaxe was created by Scott 9000. You can find him on Twitter at Scott 9000. And essentially what Bitaxe is, it is a open source Bitcoin mining hardware and firmware. So you can build your own uh, by getting the components together, or you can buy it pre-assembled. And there are various links on the bitaxe.org website. You can see where to buy legit Bitaxe accessories. Let's look at this little machine and we'll get it configured and set up and start mining. I just received my package and I did get it from Bitcoin Merch, which is based in the States. If you are in Canada, I suggest you can either do as I did. There will be a small import duty as you have to pay for taxes. But alternatively, you can also get the exact same thing from Decentral, who are located in Laval, Quebec. So either or, it comes out to roughly the same thing. But let's get cracking. Let's see what's in the box. Just to start, I'll pull everything out. Got a little fan. Got some stickers. We got the power source for North America. And we have the little guy in here. Let's open that up. Bubble wrapped. And there it is. And there's a little how to set up video in there. I'll just open this up to get it out. And then we can crack on. So this essentially is the little, the Bitaxe 401 miner. And we're going to see what she can do. It is the little machine that hit a block on the 24th of July of this year, 2024. Again, that is just a lottery ticket, very rare to hit that, but it is possible. You miss every shot that you don't take. Right, so I'm curious, I put this fan together, I'm curious to see how much energy she gives off. So let's just plug her in and see what's cooking here, if I can. And there it is. Pretty cool, you can bend it around. Alright, so that's the fan. Not really giving off too much energy, so it's not going to kill your kid if he does get hold of it. A little machine. It features a Bitmain Antminer S21 chip. It has a 600 gigahash per second hash rate, and she only consumes 14 watts of power. So very powerful little machine for what it is. Not super expensive, but we're going to power up and see what she can do. I just want to iterate that I got this for educational purposes. I wanted to learn more about mining and the hashing, but there is a small chance it could hit a block, and if it does, that would be amazing. This is what she looks like. Big fan on the front, and then you got the motherboard and the gizmos behind. There are little slots for some feet, so you can actually mount this guy. And then on the other side you have the power source where it plugs in, and you have a lightning connection, USB 3. And then obviously on the top there is the screen, which there's a little stick, I can just peel that off, and that will give us a small display LCD. Alright, so why might somebody get into home mining? And there are literally three main reasons, because it's certainly not to make a profit. The first reason is really about education and learning about Bitcoin mining, learning about the pools and the mining pools and the hash rates. The second is quite literally the possibility of a Bitcoin lottery ticket. You could hit a block, but it is again very slim. The chances of hitting a block are extremely small. And the third reason is I think there's always concern about the centralization of Bitcoin mining and how the mega corporate mining companies have a lion's share of the hash rate. So, in effect, if a large percentage of the population were to start solo mining with home miners such as this, we could significantly contribute to the decentralization of the mining and secure the network as such. So, three little reasons why you want to get into this, but the main thing is to have fun and to learn and to explore. All right, so my Bitaxe is set up, the fan is running, the LCD is giving me a configuration SSID prompt saying Bitaxe DF, that's Delta Foxtrot 69. So I can connect to this via my phone or laptop, and I'm just going to use my phone to start with. So I'm going to connect to the Bitaxe DF69, and we'll set that aside. So I will jump into the desktop momentarily, but just to show you the interface on the phone, this will load up the Axe OS system, and you can see everything on this. You can see the hash rate, the shares, the efficiency, and if you just scroll down, you can see the power, the heat, the performance. But it's going to be clearer if I jump onto the desktop and show you this. And again, as long as the Bitaxe and your phone or laptop or even iPad is on the same network, you can configure this. All right, guys, so we're over in the desktop. I think it's just going to be easier to show you on the big screen. So Wi-Fi, hit the Wi-Fi and then select Bitaxe DF69. And that'll hopefully load. And that'll load the interface of the OS of the Bitaxe. And unfortunately, I can't actually make this bigger. So I'm just going to center it there and hopefully you can see what's going on here. But again, it's exactly the same thing that we had on the phone with all the information, performance, the heat, everything you need. But what I want to show you here is the little sandwich board on the top left. You want to click that and you want to go into settings. And the first thing you want to do is you need to configure your Wi-Fi SSID to your actual home Wi-Fi. So basically, you're going to select your home Wi-Fi. I'm going to delete this. You're going to select your home Wi-Fi network and put in your password. Once that's done, we'll progress to the next step. But just very quickly before we do that, you'll see that there's a public pool .io as the default pool. You have your port, which is 21496, and then you have your user ID, which is essentially your Bitcoin address. So we are going to get rid of this one, and we're going to set our own Bitcoin address and our own password. And then you have the frequency. You can slightly overclock the Bitaxe, but for now we're just going to keep it at default. And you can flip the screen, you can invert the fan polarity. So lots of options. There's also the firmware update and whatnot. So first things first, we just want to configure the Wi-Fi SSID, which I am going to do right now. All right, guys. So I've put in my home Wi-Fi and password over here. The Stratum user is going to be your Bitcoin address. So I'm going to jump over to Sparrow. I'm going to grab the Bitcoin address that I'm going to use, and I'm going to label it as a Bitaxe. And then I'm going to paste that into your user. And I'm going to give it a password. And then we're going to save that. And then it says you must restart your device after saving for changes to take effect. So we're going to save that, and then we're going to restart. So that's been successfully saved, and we're going to go back to the sandwich board and just hit restart. The Bitaxe has restarted, and I'm just going to bring that up and show you. So on the LCD screen, I'm getting a lot more information. I am getting details about the gigahash. I'm getting details about the fan, the temperature, the amount of power consumed. and a bunch of other information. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pick this up in the desktop again. But what I wanted to do is just draw your attention to the fan. I'm going to bring the mic in. It's super, super low. The noise is minimal. Very, very, very quiet, which is a good thing. All right, guys. So very importantly is that IP address that you see displayed. I hope it's focused. But what you want to do is you're going to take the IP address that's displayed, and you can enter that into your phone or your computer, and you can basically access your device through the OS, the interface. And that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to jump back over into the laptop, put in my IP address because I'm on the same network as the Bitaxe, and we'll be able to access that through the desktop or your phone. All right, guys. So over on the desktop, in your browser, you just enter the IP address that's displayed on the Bitaxe. So I'm going to do that now. And just hit enter, and that'll load the interface that we saw before, but now we're connected to our own home Wi-Fi. So the first thing we want to do here is just go back into settings, and let's confirm everything that we've done. So I've set up my home Wi-Fi with my home password, and the Stratum URL is public-pool.io, which is correct. And you can find that information on web.publicpool.io. And you can confirm the information is here. The port is 21496. And if we head back into here, the port is the same, 21496. This is my own Bitcoin address to where the payments are going. I have my password in. And you can, if there are any updates, you'll find them here. You have full access. You can come in and tinker. We can change the frequency. Just you'll have to save and restart the Bitaxe once again. But on the dashboard, we'll go back in. You have all the information here, giving you information about the power, the heat, the performance, and your current hash rate is up here. So this has only been running for a couple of minutes now. But over here, you have a swarm. So a swarm is if you're running a couple of devices that are mining, you can put them all together. And you have your settings, which we've just been through, and you'll have your logs, which will start to accumulate. But going back into the dashboard, there is one other thing which I'd like to show you, and that is like we looked at the public pool, the web publicpool.io. If you would like to see your performance of your miner online, all you need to do is put your Bitcoin address in here and you'll be able to load your information. So you can get your Bitcoin address from the original place that you took it, which I was from Sparrow, or you can find it in the settings right here. So you just copy that. We'll go back into the public pool and we'll just paste in the Bitcoin address and click my workers, and that loads your information just like you have on your dashboard. So that's about it, guys. That is how to set it up to earn the ultimate lottery ticket. But there is another way to mine, and I'll get into that. It's how to get paid out with Lightning. So you will be earning daily. You can set it up. You can earn daily rewards in sats, and I'll jump into that next. If you're not interested in setting up the forever lottery ticket, and you want to get paid out more regularly via Lightning, I suggest checking out brains.com, 2 I's in brains. I'll link to the website in the show notes below. But all you need is you need an email address and a password to set up an account. And then once you're set up, we can reconfigure our Bitaxe miner and configure it to earn Satoshis on a daily via Lightning. So to get started, just set up the account, head on over to Brains Pool, and then log in. You will need to confirm your email, but just log in, and
this is the interface that you will be greeted with. So first thing you're going to want to do, this is a Virgin dashboard, there's no activity. So what we want to do is we want to add a worker. So just come over to the left and hit workers, and we're going to say connect workers. So it tells you what you need and how to configure it. So configure your mining device. So just like we did with the Bitaxe before, we will put in the stratum.brains.com and point it to the port 3333. So back over in the interface of Axe, okay, we're going to go back into settings. And what we'll do is we will erase this and erase this, what we did before. And we're going to take out our Bitcoin address and the password. All right, so to configure your mining device, I'm going to copy this. Okay, make it copy to the clipboard. I'm going to go back to my Axe, and in the Stratum URL, I'm going to paste that in, but then below it, it says do not include up until up until the forward slash forward slash. So we're going to delete that section, and it says do not include the port. So I'm going to take out the port. The next thing we know is the port is 3333, and the Stratum user, if I go back to the brains, I'm just going to come here, user ID. I'm just going to copy this and we'll paste that in. And now the worker name, you can delete that, and after the point, you can make it, you can call it anything. I'm going to call it Bitaxe. And the password, you set your own password. And once you've done that, we're going to save, and then we're going to do another restart. So we're going to hit save, and we're going to restart the Bitaxe, and it'll do its thing. Now, just so you know, it will take a little bit of time for the brains pool to recognize your miner. So once that's configured, we'll start to see some activity. But in the meantime, what we can do if we go back to brains, okay, so now it says connected, go back. What we want to do now is tell the brains pool where to pay you to. So we go to funds. So in funds, there's a default account, but I'm just going to add an account for your entertainment here. So we're going to say add a new account. I'm going to call this one Lightning, and create new account. Okay, now setup. So what we're going to do is hit setup, and now it's asking us edit the payout settings. So we don't want to do on chain because the whole purpose of this is actually use the Lightning payout. So we're going to select Lightning payout. For the Lightning address, look, at the moment I'm using a custodial Lightning address. I'm actually using the Blink wallet, the Bitcoin Beach wallet. So I'm going to paste in my, whoop, that's not my address. Let me get the right address. Okay, so I'm going to paste in my Lightning address, which is my Beach, my Blink wallet address. The threshold, so the trigger, the threshold value, let's call it 1 sat per day. So as long as you got 1 sat in there per day, you'll get a payout. And then you just check this box here and say confirm changes. So we confirm the changes there. Enter your password. So the password that you used for brains. Let me see if this is going to work. Authenticate. And then you got to check your email to confirm. So I'm just going to go in on my phone, confirm the email, which just came in now. And then it says, and in the email it says to confirm the changes, click the button below. So I'm gonna okay that, and we should be good. So right now, what do we have? We have our account, next payout is unforeseeable, and the frequency. So Like I said, it could take a little bit of time for it to come in, but basically the destination there, you see my Lightning address, uh, pending email confirmation, which I have confirmed. So I'm just going to give this a refresh. Okay, so I just did a refresh and the payout setting is now accurate. So my destination payment is my Blink Lightning address. And let's click in the overview. And there you see, so that's the default account, which I haven't set up yet. And then this is my Lightning account, which I've just set up. And the threshold is basically 1 sat. All right, so if we if we head over back to mining, it tells me that I have a hash rate of 593.7 gigahash per second. I have one worker online, and I've just started this, so it's been within an hour. But I guess we just need a little bit more time to pass, and I'll get some more data, and I'll check back in with you, and we'll see how it's progressing. But what I want to show you, you can click through here on the left. You got monitoring. You have your rewards, so your rewards will be detailed here, and then you have settings, which you can go into and change settings that you may want to change. The system statistics will give you an overall of the pool, so the pool effectiveness and the hash rate, how many active workers there are, active users, and the current block information such as the height and the difficulty. But what is interesting with brains.com is if you click on your account and you go to devices, you can download the app for your phone, and that way you'll be able to monitor 24/7 whenever you want. You can check to see how your miner is doing. So I'm going to connect that now.
So let's just check in on our little miner. There she is, humming away, decentralizing the network.
All right, guys, so I have let this run overnight and I have a lot more information, but still it's early days. The data will accumulate as the days progress. I'm gonna get an average of a week and just determine whether I will be continuing to do the micropayments with Brains Pool via Lightning, or to go with the lottery ticket option where you could potentially hit a full block. But on Brains, if you want to learn more about the payment structure, you can just go on to the frequently asked questions tab and check out the rewards and payouts. A lot of information there. Give it a read. Very informative. All right, guys, if you made it this far, well done. I hope you learned something. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe. Plenty more content coming, and we will catch you guys in the next one.